Good morning, guys. Give me a quick thumbs up if you can hear me and see me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me and see me. I can hear myself. Thumbs up if you can hear me, see me. We're good to go. Thank you, Bernice. Thank you. All right, so let's jump into this. Need to do 6.4 notes today. And any questions over 6.3 homework? Any questions over 6.3 homework? All right. If there is no questions on the homework, let's go to 6.4 notes. Give me a thumbs up if you're good, if you're fine with that and you're ready to go. You got it out. We're ready to take off. Christine, what are you saying? Did I cut my hair? No, I did not. No haircut yet. Going on a long time without a haircut. No. No fresh new cut, no nothing, no. I texted my barber today and they don't know when they're opening up the barbershop yet. So no new cut. Oh, okay, yeah. I did. Yeah. My wannabe patchy beard did get cut. Happy, if you ever call me son again, I promise you I will become your living nightmare. Okay. So, jumping into 6.4 matrices. This should be a very quick and easy lesson. This doesn't have as much to do with our exponential or our exponential functions or our logarithms or anything like this. This is that extra lesson that this is on the ACT, so I wanted to throw it out there. So this is Chapter 6. Had a few more things, but I cut some things out. I combined 2 lessons, and I cut another lesson out that I didn't think was needed for you guys. And I wanted to add this here. So then after this, we go to trigonometry next week. We'll get a couple weeks in with trig, just kind of introduce you to it, and then I assume that most of you guys are going to take pre-calculus next year. So then, obviously, there we will hit trig even more than what we do these last couple weeks. But matrices are on the ACT, so it is something that I wanted to show you just in case, especially those of you that have already taken it, those of you that are sophomores, going to be juniors, so you kind of have a little bit of understanding of what matrices are. So a matrix, obviously the plural version, but a matrix is a rectangular array of values / numbers. Okay? So a matrix is just basically another way to represent numbers. Most often they're used to represent linear systems of linear equations. If you all remember something like 2x plus 2y equals 4, and then you'd have like 3x plus 4y equals 6. That's what we call a system of linear equations. If everything works out well, Sebastian, yes, I will be. If everything goes pretty smooth, that should be the case there. All right. So from here, you all remember you can basically isolate one of the variables to get the x or y. Or another way to solve this is to set up a matrix. Okay? So a matrix would look like this in this case. 2, 3, 2, 4, 4, 6. Now, we're not going to go into that too much in terms of that. I'm just giving you an example of where matrices are used in math. They can be used to represent systems of equations. If you all remember with long division of polynomials, remember we had the old school way, the long division, but then we had synthetic division, where we cut out all the variables and we just use numbers. That is very similar to what a matrix is. Okay, you basically cut out all the variables and you're just using numbers. We won't get too much into this due to all the time we've lost. I just want you to have the ability to understand how to operate matrices. Okay? That's my goal, is for you to understand how to operate matrices. So, you're going to be adding, you're going to be subtracting, and we're going to be multiplying. Now, the dimensions. Now, the dimensions of matrices, it's always R times C. The row, how many rows there are by how many columns there are. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at the back. So, looking at this right here, it says write undefined for expressions that are undefined. All right. So here we go. It says simplify. So looking at this right here, this is one row by 2 columns. Okay. So this is what we'd call a row, 1 by 2, and this is a 1 by 2. Okay. And guys, whenever you're adding two things, you're going to need the rows and columns to be the same in order to operate. If they're not the same, you cannot operate. But when they are the same, you are going to end with one matrix that is the same size. Okay? So our answer is going to look like this right here. It's going to be a 1 by 2 matrix. And this is as easy as it looks. We're simply just going to say -1 plus -2, which is -3. Same thing with the next one. So again, we just said -1 and -2, adding those, and now 3 and -1. 3 minus 1 is 2. And guys, that right there is the answer. So again, just our ability to operate within matrices. All right, let's look at number 2. So again, that is a 1 by 3, or excuse me, I apologize about that. That's a 3 by 1 because we're rows. There's 1, 2, 3 rows. So it's a 3 by 1. knowing this later could kind of, knowing your, because it could ask you what is the dimensions of this matrix. So you always just need to know it's row times column. And then again, since we're subtracting here, we're going to end up with something that looks like a 3 by 1. So negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. Negative 4, no, just one column. So this is a 3 by 1, and that's a 3 by 1, Maddie. So we're going to end up with a 3 by 1. Okay, cool. Yeah, no worries. Negative 4 minus negative 6 would be negative 4 plus 6, so that would be 2. And negative 4 minus 5 would be negative 9. So negative 7, 2, and 9. And that right there, guys, is our answer. So this is a very simplistic concept today. Just want you to have the ability, because again, I have seen questions like this on the ACT. I don't remember if any of our juniors can remember. Do any of you juniors remember seeing matrices on the ACT? Okay. Look at number 3. So we have a 2 on the outside, and then we have a 3 by 1 here. 3 rows by 1 column. So Abby said hers was heavy geometry. Okay, cool. All right. So then from there, this will take us to, this is just like distributed property, guys. We're just going to distribute that to everything. So I have negative 4, I have 10, and I have 10. Number 4, same thing. My answer, just simply going to be just distribute that. 4, 4, and negative 4. And that's the way we are writing that. No, it would still be a 3 rows by 1 column. 3 rows by 1 column. 1, 2, 3 rows by 1 column. Okay. Now, something we can do, okay, is we can use our calculator for this as well. Okay? So, for instance, everyone see x raised to the negative 1? Right above it is matrix, the word matrix. We're going to use that to kind of type some of these in. All right? So, looking at that, I'm going to say second matrix. And I'm going to go over to edit. And I have a 3 by 1. Okay? And my first matrix is negative 5, negative 4, negative 4. Again, so if you had something like this on the ACT, your calculator's there, and you could easily type this in. Now, this would be an easier problem. Once we get down below, you're going to see the more where it kind of becomes a little bit more unique. So that's A. So then go into matrix, and let's make one for B. Let's edit B. And B is a 3 by 1. And let's just say it is 2, negative 6, and 5. Once you type all that in, now you're ready to do an operation. So you just hit second quit. And what you do, you're going to hit second matrix. And right here, it's giving you the name of this. Okay. And again, we can get into some of that. Some of that math is coming from the systems, but we don't have to necessarily get there just yet. So what we can do is just simply hit A minus, and then just hit second matrix again, and then go down to B and just hit B. And that should give us the same answer above as did right there. Okay? -7, 2, and -9. Yeah, absolutely, I can. So again, just to kind of show you that, let me clear my matrix out. So let me clear that so there's nothing there. Oh. So let me come back over here and let me edit these out. Let me clear them. Oh. Okay, so if I'm at my home screen, okay, and I have a matrix problem, okay, I'm going to hit second, and the x to the -1 is matrix, okay? So I hit second matrix, and it takes me to this kind of this screen of matrices, all right? It says A all the way down to I. Math and edit. What we want to do is we want to edit some matrices in order to do some math with them, okay? So I'm going to edit this first one. Now I think Christina said, how do you change the dimensions? So wherever it's highlighting, so if yours is down here, just press up and it'll take you back up to these, okay? Let me take me out of the way or move me over here so you can kind of see the buttons I'm hitting, all right? So if I hit down, it takes me down here. If I hit up, it takes me back up. And I'm literally just going to type in whatever my matrix is. This is why your dimension, knowing your dimensions helps. This is a 3 by 1 right here. This right here is a 3 by 1. So I want to say 3 by 1. If I wanted a 3 by 3, I just go back up and say 3, enter. Oh, go back up and hit 3. And that'll give me a 3 by 3. 3 rows, 3 columns. But in this case, I just need a 3 by 1. And then I type in my answers. -5, enter. -4, enter. -4, enter. Now I have matrix A where I want it. So I just go back. I hit second matrix again. Takes me back to my home matrix menu. And then I want to edit my second one. So go over edit, and then I want to edit my second one. And I want a 3 by 1. And then I just plug these numbers, the second numbers in. So 2, oh, sorry guys. 2, -6. Oh, no. So 2's already in there. -6 and 5. 2, -6, and 5. Now I just hit second quit, and I'm back at my home menu. So you don't have to save those or anything. They're just automatically there. And then I'm going to come back in here and hit second matrix. Go back to my matrix. I'm at my home screen, and I'm at the names part. Now, in order to get these to the home screen, you just go to it and hit enter. So on 1, I'm just simply hitting enter down here, and that'll take that A to the home screen. The problem says it's this one minus this one, so I say minus, and then minus B. This one right here is my second matrix, or my B matrix, so I hit second matrix. I drop down to B, I hit enter again, and I get that answer, -7 to -9. Okay, so let's drop down here to number 5. And that's just kind of letting you introduce you to the calculator. So let me move back over here. Let me minimize myself a little bit. So let's actually type this one in the calculator. Let's see what our answer is. And then from there, let's see if we could somehow possibly see what they're doing. All right, so let's go second matrix. And I want to go over to edit. Now I have 2 columns and 2 rows. So I have a 2 by 2. My numbers are 1, 3, 4, and 3. 1, 3, 4, and 3. Okay. Then I go second matrix, and I want to edit my second one. And it's a 2 by 2. All right. And it is 5, 4, -3, and 5. Go to my home screen. Now I want to multiply these two. So second matrix A times second matrix B. And we get -4, 19, 11, and 31. Okay. And this is just going to take on a little bit different of an operation than the ones up here. And you could easily see this. This is a 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Okay. So let's work through the process on how to multiply that. Okay. And then we'll check our answers at the end. As you can see here, it's going to be almost impossible to see how they're getting from here to some of these. But once you see it, once I go through the steps of it, you'll understand it immediately. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is make this one, so I want to make this AB matrix. I'm going to make this a very large matrix here. Okay, so here we go. Here's how this works, guys. You're going to do this right here. This right here, this row times this row. Okay? So watch this. I'm going to go 1 times 5. 1 times 5. And then I'm going to say plus 3 times -3. 3 times -3. And this is just the process of knowing how to operate with matrices. All right? That is that. Okay? Now your next thing you do, so that's the first one. 1, 1. Okay? Now the next thing you're going to do is do this. 1 and 3 times 4 and 5. Okay? So this times the first column, then this times the second column. And then you go the left and the top, the right and the bottom. So it'll look like this. 1 times 4 plus 3 times 5. Now, we do the same thing, guys, with the other two. So I'm going to say, then I'm going to do the bottom one here, and I'm going to do it times this row, or excuse me, times this column. So the top row times both columns, the bottom row times both columns. So this would be right here, 4 and 5. 4 times 5 plus 3 times -3. And then 4 and 4 times 4 and 3 and 5. I've taught this several different times, and I've tried different colors. I've tried different things, but I think it's just easier if you can just see top row times this column and times this column, bottom row times this column times this column. Okay, so now let's clean all this up. One times 5 is 5. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. 1 times 4 is 4. Plus 15. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. Minus 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. 4 times 4 is 16. And that would be 15. So then when we add these up, 5 minus 9 is negative 4. 20 minus 9 is 11. 4 plus 15 is 19. And 16 plus 15 is 31. And that would be our final answer. We confirm that with that right there. Okay, that's what the calculator got when we plugged it in. Negative 4, 19, 11, and 31. Embarrassing, Christina. Absolutely embarrassing. You may see other shortcuts. I'm sure with you guys and your brilliant minds, you may find another way to do it a little bit faster or quicker. But this would be the technical process. There is a technical algebraic way to do this. I don't see it though. They don't have it even listed in here about the matrices, about the technical way. Oh yeah, there it is. Right here. Right there is the algebra behind what we just did. AW plus BY, and then AX plus AZ. Elena, kind of at this point, no. Hey, I actually want you to show your work on your homework. Okay? Show your work on your homework. I'll be looking for the work to be shown on the homework. Check with your calculator. But with your test being multiple choice, I really can't control that there. But on your homework, I do want to see the work. So this right here is the formula kind of behind the product of two matrices is obviously a new matrix. So that is that. All right. Let's try it with the next one. Okay. So again, I find it easier just by making one large one. Yes, you must take. Oh, okay. Christina said some multiplication in 3rd grade that I was trying to do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. And do we have to take your final? Yes. My final will be your last test, basically. Does that make sense? So if you don't take it, I'll basically make you take it. All right. So, looking at number 6. Here we go. 6. Remember, it's this times this and this. Okay? Correct, Abby. It's an honors class. Take the final. All right? I thought we've had this discussion before, a lot earlier. You want to skip stuff, go to some other class. Go join regulars. All right? So, 6 times -2 is -12. So if y'all want to, I might have said that, but you need to take it. Especially with everything done thus far. You guys literally have class 2 days a week. And we have, do you know how much we've slowed down compared to the speed at which we were going at the beginning in school? This would have been before spring break. Can we all understand that? That we would have been finished with this before spring break, guys. Before you went on spring break, this work would have already been done. Now we're finishing this up literally a week before May. So to say that you guys have gotten an easy road through this, now trust me, I understand this is not the funnest thing to do, but just understand that if we were in class doing our thing, we would be starting trigonometry after spring break, so you would have a month and a half of trig. But with us slowing down like it is, I would prefer you to take your final just so you're used to seeing all those questions on there at once. All right. Now, of course, I would argue. I'm going to take it to bat against administration, but I mean, I don't know. I think they said I don't know. To me, with it being an honors class, I think you should say, you know what, I'm going to use my exemption on something else, and if you don't got something else to use it on, I don't know. To me, I just see. You all know I'm a different kind of principled kind of dude, so I don't know. And then when I if you ever ask me to write your letter of recommendation, I'd be like, you know what, this student could have opted out of my final, but yet they wanted it all, So, oh no, Maddie, it's a little bit of complaining there. Don't you try to attack Aquaman right now. There was a little bit of complaining there about this, and all thing I'm saying is that it's been a light load for you guys, and I think you all know that in this math that it's been a pretty light load. So I would want you to take the final just to expose yourself to a variety of questions. But if for some reason you are like, hey, you know what, I don't care what Mr. Alpock says, I'm going to exempt the final. The admin said I can exempt it. Trust me, your last test, trigonometry, will be everything that we've done thus far. And we've done that with every test, so that would be normal. All right. So, but if we can see to it, and we may need to discuss this in a Zoom because we can see each other, I can see your reaction and stuff like that. But if we can make it simple, then I won't pull anything. And if everyone's planning on taking the final, then I won't pull stuff for the trigonometry test from the past ones. And I'll just do trigonometry. Just like this one, chapter 6, I'm not pulling anything in the past like I would if we were in class. So technically you would be taking the final. That's what I was saying at first, But with this, with the way it is, I'm going to let you check chapter 6. It's just chapter 6. It's not your other chapters that are involved. I normally, every test I do, you all saw that, it builds on itself. It contains problems from the last test. So with it going to like what we have done here, where our tests are very limited. And trust me, the final isn't going to be insane. I just want you to be exposed to a whole final. Everything you've learned this far, I think it does better for you to help it. And then, again, since you are honors, and most of you plan on taking pre-calculus next year, you need to know this information because I don't have to come in August and be like, hey, do you remember how to, factor something? Or do you remember how to, what a domain is? Or do you remember how to do synthetic division? Or do you remember how to, what this means and that means? That final kind of helps all this. No, this is not trig. We start trigonometry next week, Lucy. You'll know when it's tricked, though. Okay? Sorry, I don't mean to get on a soapbox or anything like that, but you all can handle it. I promise you can. All right. So, all minds cleared. Give me thumbs up that you kind of follow me in that. You may hate me for it, but I would appreciate it so much. All right, cool, Benice. Thank you. Thank you, Maddie. Kristen, very good. Good, Abby. All right, last problem. And again, we'll discuss more about that when that kind of time comes. Because to be honest, no one even knows what finals weeks look like. Because I asked that question in our last staff meeting, and they're like, "Yeah, our schedule's going to be totally different. So it's not going to be like your third and fourth period final on Tuesday, your third and fourth, your first and second on Tuesday, third and fourth on Wednesday, fifth and sixth here, seventh and eighth there. It's not going to be like that because I don't know how they're going to do it, but I was informed that that's not the way it's going to be. So let me see. Again, my decision will be based on what their plan is as a school, because you got to understand some people don't have access to certain things during at certain times. So again, there's a lot of factors that will play into it, guys. Know that you'll have a final, and I want you to take it, but it won't be terrible, and it will be open notebook. So you will have access to everything you have, and the time limit will be very, very beneficial for you. All right. So, but again, I need to find out a little bit more information from the school in terms of what that finals week even look like for you guys. All right. So, going back here, we need to say this row times these two columns. So, I'm going to say 6 times negative 2 plus 2 times 0. Over here, I'm going to say 6 times negative 5 plus 2 times 6. Now going here, 3 times negative 2 plus 3 times 0. And then 3 times negative 5 plus 3 times 6. Now if you notice 6, 2, 6, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay? So, and what I'm trying to get it to you is this. It's always going to be 6, 2 on the top row, 6, 2, and then whatever the other two columns are. Okay? Seems a little complicated at first, but I hope you're kind of seeing it a little bit more. And then from there, we just need to trim all that down. That would be negative 12 plus 0. 2 times 0 is 0. That would be negative 6 plus 0. That will be negative 30 plus 12. And that will be negative 15 plus 18. That takes us to our final answer of negative 12, negative 6, negative 18, and positive 3. Should look something like that. All right, now let's real quick. Let's go in the calculator, and let's type that in. So second matrix. We go over to edit, and then we have it's a 2 by 2. I got 6, 2, 3, and 3. And second matrix, I'm going to go edit the second one. Negative 2, negative 5. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's still a 2 by 2. Sorry. And then we type in negative 2, enter, negative 5, enter, 0, enter, 6, enter. Negative 2, negative 5, 0, 6. Go to my home screen, second math. Now I want to use this, second matrix. I want to say A times second matrix B. Negative 12, negative 6, negative 18, and 3. All right. Guys, and that is it 6.4 matrix. So 6.5 homework, or excuse me, 6.4 homework is on the back. All right. 6.4 homework's there. There's 12 problems. Work through those. Remember, show all your work on this. You don't have to on the addition and the multiplication, but on the last 4 you will need to. Now notice here on number 11, so it's just a 1 row, or excuse me, a 2 column 1 row. So 1 by 2 here times this 2 by 2. So think about it, it'd be like the same thing as this, but you're just you necessarily wouldn't be multiplying the other thing by that. So try that one out. See if you can kind of figure out what it may be based on what you know about a 2 by 2 times 2 by 2. Use your calculator to get the answer. See if you can kind of figure it out. And if you're still confused on it, come Wednesday, then I'll help you out with that one. Any questions of me, guys? This is 6.4. This is matrices. So just trying to make sure you understand how to kind of operate a general operation within matrices. Just making sure we kind of know that. Again, you can see it on the ACT problems like that. So, and then that would complete chapter 6. And then on Wednesday, we'll review 6.4. Then we'll go through the study guide. And then your test will be on Thursday. Same format as last one, guys. Multiple choice, 25 minutes. I think I said 2-hour time limit. So should be pretty relaxed. And then next Monday, we'll start into our trigonometry. Again, I was hoping to have more like almost 2 months of trig. But due to our scheduling, that is not the case. So due to this coronavirus. So any questions of me at all, guys? Any questions of me? Seeing none, give me a thumbs up that you're good and you guys are good to go. Okay, give me a thumbs up that you're good on all this. Makes sense. You can probably do that homework in the next 10-15 minutes. So knock it out now if you have time. But if not, give me a thumbs up that you're good and you guys are good to go. All right. Good, Christina. Good, Bernice. Good, Lucy. Good. Thank you, Maddie. You have a good day as well. Good, Abby. Good, Maddie. Good, Kristen. All right, you guys have a good day. We will see you guys on Wednesday at 2:30. See you guys then. We'll knock the study guide out. Prepare you for the test. We'll see you, Bernice. If you have any questions, I'll be on here for a few minutes. Just let me know. Type them into the chat box. Good day to everyone.